What's happening, everybody? This is Andy at Starving Artist.
And Chris at Starving Artist.
And this is our second beer school.
Yeah, we're talking today about AbsintheMinded. It's an absinthe-inspired imperial ale. We got a phone call from Russell at Right Brain asking us if we were interested in a collaboration. I got a phone call from Andy saying, hey, let's brew something weird. Do you have any ideas? The absinthe-inspired ale is something I've been thinking about for a number of years now. I went and did a lot of research in old Europe looking for original absinthe recipes, which I found tons of. Apparently they're pretty unique regionally, so everyone's a little bit different. But the main spice is what we use to come up with the flavor profile for this.
In the research, we found that there is one in particular ingredient that we weren't quite sure if we should push forward on.
Yeah.
And that was wormwood. So we decided against putting wormwood in it because we couldn't find a definitive answer.
Yeah, there's quite a split in the camps. You know, if you're looking for distilling with wormwood, all kinds of clarity there. When it comes to brewing with it, there were two camps, those who said it was legal and those who said it was not. Enough in the is not category, I guess, to keep us from wanting to jeopardize our license.
Right. Out of the traditional ingredients, we decided to work with the ones that gave more of that licorice flavor. So we chose to work with
green anise, star anise,
and fennel.
Yep, and fennel. And the interesting thing about all of those spices is they have varying degrees of the licorice note to them. The fennel has more of a vegetable or green licorice flavor. Star anise is more on the sweet side, and green anise is in the middle. Traditionally,
if you're drinking absinthe, you would pour it over a sugar cube and into a glass on an absinthe spoon, I think is what they call that, right?
Yeah.
And so we wanted the beer to be a little bit sweet, and we chose to make it big because it's absinthe.
Go big or go home.
So what we ended up with was a very simple grain bill. More or less, it's a lot of pills, very few specialty grains in there, because and very few hops. I mean, we went through a lot of different hops. So we settled on Chinook because the spice of Chinook really stood out to us when we were kind of chewing on all the spices and hops together.
And it's important to find that balance. You know, we were bringing a lot of spice flavor to this ale.
Right.
And the last thing we wanted to do was have a very overpowering hop presence in there that didn't match.
Right.
We call this a very large beer, which it is. But like all Starving Artists, heavy ABV beers, it drinks like a light beer. So.
And that's part of the problem.
Yeah, this one's north of 10%. But it's a very easy drinking, well-balanced ale.
And a quick shout out, and I think a toast to Russell at Right Brain. The collaboration day was a blast.
It was.
This beer was born out of that, and I'm not sure it would have happened otherwise. So here's to Russell, and thanks for tuning in to the latest. And I don't know, here comes the next one. See ya.
Stay in school.